What are you doing, England? What are you doing? What are you doing to me? I was ready to pack my bags to the World Test Championship final. I was going. My team was going. This is about me. And then you got it wrong for a bit. My name's Ian Higgins. Sam Perry sits across from me and I, him. Pezzy lad, good evening to you.
Thank you.
Can you get through your overs? You know what time it is here? God. Let me give you some scores, Pez. India have finished the day 7 for 294. Rashad Pant, 101. Washington Sundar, Washi, 60 not. Red ink. It's a good team. It's a good team. You want to give it to me in grade terms?
I do.
Please.
Wait. Hot day. Cash in after tea. Just cash in after tea.
Just cash in after tea.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I just cashed in after tea.
You collect all your assets and you take it after tea and then you cash that in.
Flies coming in my mouth,
Yeah.
38 degrees.
Yeah.
Cash in after tea.
It operates as like a cow's tail swatting flies.
Yeah, some might say there's a little bit more going on in this Indian team than simply surviving a few wickets and cashing in after tea. And we'll discuss that.
Not us.
But not us on the Grade Cricketer.
No, not us on this show.
All they did was cash in after tea.
Cashed in after tea.
So it's my day. It's my turn today. He goes to bring the three things.
Yeah.
The first one is, it was actually heading into tea. It was England had a good day. I've revised that to England was having a good day. So this game, he goes, was very nicely poised at tea.
Yeah.
2 sessions out of 3.
Yeah.
India were 153 for 6, trailing by 52. You might say England with their noses in front.
Yeah.
Bess very nearly has Pant LBW in the last over.
Yeah, that was
a critical wicket that would have been.
Yes.
Their fortunes changed after the break.
Yeah.
An hour later, the game's pretty much done.
Pretty much done. Pretty much, yeah.
India will do that to you.
That's
Rishabh
right.
Pant will do that to you, but England got themselves into this contest.
Yeah, so you know the fan cams that we've seen in other sports in people at home supporting their team, whether that be maybe Premier League, maybe NBA, whatever. We've seen in the Big Bash League as well. Just families at home on the couch, cheering along their team. England were in such a good position that here was my reaction on the couch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right.
That's as emotive as I get during cricket.
That's right. It's like reading something really funny on the internet by yourself, and the actual reaction you'll give it is just a little exhale of a breath out the nose,
which serves also as a function of survival. But also, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
That's how well England were doing.
England was so in the game.
Hey,
got to say that LBW, fuck, that was out. I mean, it was really out. Let's call it. I'm not a man who is.
It wasn't Nathan Lyon at Headingley out.
Oh no,
it wasn't salmon.
Nothing will ever be that out.
It wasn't salmon trout.
Nothing will ever be that out. But it was like, but also how like in club cricket where if you get hit in the pad sweeping, doesn't matter where you are, you can be in the sheds and you're out.
Oh yeah, there are degrees of out.
That was similar to that, I thought. And of course technically it wasn't out because umpires called blah 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 blah. But geez, it was out. Given that out, fairly costly. But yeah, as you said, how this series has been so great because it's fast moving. It's happening.
I think today was the best day's cricket in terms of matching up.
I'm more of a
conventional
TikTok
understanding.
guys,
Yeah, I know you are. I know you are. Okay. But in terms of I think for both teams, they would say, you know what, that was a really good day's cricket. That had intensity, it had ebb, it had flow. Yeah. Both teams were showing what they were good at. I mean, for the first 2 sessions, and in particular, Anderson and Stokes bowled exceptionally well. They were hooping it around corners. They found the reverse. Now, hooping, moving through the air, that's England's superpower. We got to see England's superpower of where Stokes looks like he's bowling it out to cover, and now it's crashing into leg. Yeah. Anderson's got a mixed action, don't know which way it's swinging. Yeah. They had that going on. They got Pujara, Rahane, Kohli first session, great session for them. Wrinkled out Rahane, wrinkled out Rohit and Ashwin second session, more of an even session. England are happy, and I'm starting to think. I wasn't humble enough leading into this. We were starting to get into a bit of gallows humour with us of like, fuck, this game's done. Yeah. This is over. Yeah. England got themselves back into this. I'm like, well, hang on a second. Yeah. If Root's got a knock in him here,
and
they might, and there's only one guy.
There's one guy to do it.
They might steal themselves something historic here.
Yeah, and the Commonwealth as a whole.
Oh no, they tried that, and with some success.
Well, I like it also afforded people on the internet the opportunity to appreciate the beauty of the moving ball. Now, some people might say, "Oh, you meant off the deck." I said, "No, in the air, proper."
Oh, you're allowed to move it through the air.
Through the air, all
But
good.
once it hits the wicket and starts interacting with a surface that is not part of soil that's in my country.
No.
I'm not familiar with that behaviour.
That's foreign to me.
Yes, that's foreign. That's foreign behaviour, and thus I don't trust it. I'm suspicious of it.
Suspicious.
And in fact, for 120 years, I'll create rules that actually demonise that. But who makes the rules now?
You know, like Anderson bowled this ball to Rahane, first ball after a drinks break, and it was a peach. Oh, yeah. Got to say, it was a peach. It just started in, then it just sort of swung. It swung after it pitched as well. Didn't spin. That's not spin. It swung. And I was like, oh, that's the grace, the beauty of cricket and this game that we all love. When Aksar, what the fuck's that?
What's that?
What
Picking
is that?
Out of a tree
Hey,
there,
what is that? What are you doing there?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't trust the trajectory.
Nah.
I don't trust the rotation. I don't trust the behaviour.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
that's a separate thing.
It all fits into the whole, the broader narrative of England. We're having a good day, and that includes people on the internet.
Ben Stokes as well. Ben Stokes was
was minutes away from having a stroke.
Ben Stokes was doing his Superman thing.
Yeah.
And I loved it because he's been quiet this series, but you know, you can't keep a good guy down. Now, let's make no bones about this. As a sub battle, Ben Stokes alphaed what's his name?
Virat Kohli. Yeah. In a very Victorian era-esque manner.
He alphaed Kohli out.
He
alphaed him out.
Yeah.
Straight up. And Stokes can do that. And I think that's worth pointing out. He only had a couple of carrots today, Stokes. Yeah. And he used them all up.
Oh, he was out of carrots in the other
but he was in Superman mode. It was doing it himself.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to India. You know, even a great catch at second slip to get rid of Rahane as well off Anderson.
I like seeing a guy fucking carry a team on his back.
Yeah.
And it's never front loading. They always backload it. But you know what they say when they do that?
Yeah.
You run out of carrots.
Exactly.
He was out of carrots by tea. Goodness me.
So it's all set up well. Jimmy Anderson's got 2 for 19 off 17.
Oh, gorgeous.
A classic Anderson spell.
Classic Anderson spell.
English people are waking up in the morning salivating.
They were licking their chops.
Licking their chops. They're licking their chops. But the second thing I'm bringing to this chat, he goes,
second thing.
It's just India's depth, though. And though is spelt THO.
100%. You ain't got time to spell it properly.
So you've got Pujara's out, Rahane's out, Kohli's out, Rohit's out, Ashwin's out. The big five are gone.
Yeah.
You know, you go, we're nearly there, England.
Yeah.
And then a couple of blokes who just played 19s together a few years ago take it away from you.
Give these guys a game.
How smug, right now as we go to air, how smug with that context are Rishabh Pant and Washi in the sheds right now in India?
For some of the smuggest coats
some of the
around.
smuggest coterie. little smile off the side. Because the older blokes couldn't do it.
Tough to bat it there, let me tell you. Wasn't easy out there.
Was it?
Wasn't easy out there. Looked pretty easy. Well, he made it look easy.
Are the new guys better than the old guys? You know, and this is the thing about India. Most teams, international level, have 3 or 4 guys that will sort of consistently win you the game. They're your big guys.
They're the big guys.
I feel like India's it's more like 7 or 8 guys.
Yeah.
You know, and this, I just it was, we were talking about this just off air, you know, the old Australian side.
Right.
McGrath doesn't get you, Warren will. He doesn't Brett Lee will get you second spell or something.
Yeah.
Hayden doesn't get the runs, Gould, Ponting's in. He's like, the Wars are in.
That's what
they all fail. Oh, well, cool, Gilchrist's coming in.
Yeah.
All good.
What is the average? 50? Oh, cool.
And that's what it was like. It was like when someone was going to get there.
Yeah, it did feel like that, didn't it? It did feel like a little bit like if, you know, if someone's nicked off Langer, Hayden, Ponting, Gilchrist and Clark had come down in the order, and then Brett Lee's batting 8 and he's got 30. You know, it did feel like that, it's just this endless wave of ability and skill, especially at home. I mean, fuck. I mean, I know he's such a tiny part of the day, but Rohit Sharma, fuck me, he is good in India.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck me, he is good.
Well, he's a leading run scorer in the series now. He's overtaken Root.
Just 49, you know, toughest part of the day to bat, no doubt, and it's just stability at the top. I mean, the guy averages fucking 80-something. I mean, it's ridiculous.
But Pant, mate, I mean, it's too long to get to Rishabh Pant. He's the star of the day.
Of course, he's the star of the day.
It's the highlight reel will just be him fucking booging Anderson
Mate.
with the new ball. Anderson's had 45 minutes off.
Yeah.
Comes out fresh. He's probably had a shower.
Probably faked
an injury, come out, you know, no allegation.
Yeah.
It's only the ECB. Comes out, fresh newy. And Pat runs at him and just booges him over his head. Couple overs later, let's reverse dog him.
Mate, can you think
over
of
one?
Can you? Yeah. Where do I put that? Probably over one. over Joe Root's head at one. Mate, can you think about the game plans and the strategizing? And like, there's 18 coaches in the England dressing room with 3 lines in their caps, and they're thinking, here we go, just get through that first hour. We've got Jimmy take new pill after that, and then the fucking game plan's gone out the window, and he runs at him first ball and bangs him over his head. What is that?
I was going to say, like, that's what the highlights will be, and the highlights won't be his first 50 runs, which took a long time to get.
Yeah. Little slow for my liking, yeah.
Well, he just waited for his moment. He waited till Sundar was sorted out, ready to go, and all of a sudden, at about the score of about 175, they took control of the game. And we were just saying, watching it at yours, like the decibel level of the crowd and the way that meant that you couldn't actually hear the hardness of the ball on the bat anymore, and so the balls would just hit the bat, and it's like, that's gone for 4, and then PANT just taking it from outside off stump. That's a 4 through mid odd now, and it was just complete control.
Yeah,
it's very special.
You know when you're in the field with guys and you're trying to bowl, your bowlers are trying to bowl or plant, and then these guys score in like unusual areas. Yeah. Like PANT was like, oh, that's wide outside off stump. Well, I'm obviously going to hit that through wide mid wicket.
And
by doing fucking some wrist shit.
Anderson's just gone to the top of his mark, and PANT's just gone like mid-on's free. Like, it's just
I don't care where this is bowled. It's going there.
I know, he just...
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
So, really special. I loved that he absolutely slapped Anderson to Joe Root. It took a good catch.
Mate, the absolute decimation of the psyche that does to you when it's, as we all know, I've played many tests in India.
Of course,
It's been a long series.
Especially back in the day.
Yeah, and during the pandemics, we through as well. I mean, Spanish flu, famously really hard to get through. But there's a guy comes in and just slaps it. Like, you're in the game, then it's like 8 balls later, you're basically not. It's more than runs. It's way more than runs.
It is. And he built himself to get there. So India's depth, they've done it again.
Yeah, they've done it again.
And so the third thing I'm bringing today, he goes, is, are we done? Is that it?
Felt like it.
India's 100 ahead now.
Felt like
is it
to me.
demoralizing enough?
When we've seen this before, where like the wicket in the last sort of hour, when England were bowling their final 72 overs, was it seemed more docile, but then it's like, oh, it's docile now. Axar Patel's facing that stuff, and he's slogging Bess, who can't bounce one over, square leg. But then they'll come on, then it's all of a sudden it's cacophony of noise, and it's just stress, and people behind steel fences going, yeah!
Exactly.
At every single ball, and it's like, oh no, this is the hardest place to ever bat.
The only thing that stops me from thinking...
India might not bat again.
Exactly. Like, and that's probably right, but like... The only thing that stops me from being arrogant about that is that England came back into it today. So maybe, because it's been a wonderful series, maybe England does have something in them. But if I'm honest, in my dreams tonight, all I'm going to see is Axar picking stuff off trees. I just mean he just reaches so high.
Yeah.
He's fruit picking, the lowest hanging fruit.
Down.
Yeah, and he just bowls it down. And there's guys under the lid. Pans hooting and hollering, howling and growling and prowling.
Yeah.
And...
what's he doing?
Ashwin's spinning webs.
Yeah.
That's all you can see. I don't know how you meant to see anything else. How you meant to see...
And as well, it'll be bad because Siraj will probably nick off one of the openers, and you're like, oh, okay, so it's not all wickets going. Like, it's just every angle. I'm being attacked from every angle.
But it'd be... I mean, if England can... It'd be great to see if the wicket has become docile and England can do so. I just fail to see in my mind's eye how they score what would need to be 300.
I just hope both teams have a nice time.
And... It's worth remembering that none of this matters.
None of this matters, guys.
None of this matters.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of last TDCs while we're here. He goes. First one comes in from an account called A2. Okay.
Yeah.
Hashtag asked. You had one shot at it.
That's another vaccine.
Okay. Just really a big fan of really small paper.
Small paper. Yeah, big fan.
That's big paper actually.
Yeah, that's really
bigger paper. It's really big paper. A2 paper. Yeah. Right. It's in hashtag asked TDC. Can a reverse sweep trigger existential crisis when you're Jimmy Anderson with a new ball and the guy who reverse swept you is a 23-year-old thick boy with a sore hamstring?
Sore hamstring superfluous, surely. Well, have you ever seen a shot where you're just like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
He's hitting balls in that 10-minute spell there, and it was just the reverse lap over one was like, what? It
was audacious, but you know what? Like, the saddest answer to that is I feel like I'm seeing that shot more and more from India. I can't call him that was obviously really special what he did, and it was Anderson, and he's basically played the match-winning innings, what we think. But I'm like, I just feel like I'm starting to see that shit all the time, and it's scaring me.
Mate, you said this after the Gabba. These guys do not give a fuck. Like, PANT is on 94 test, mate. He's only got two test hundreds. There's a guy at deep square leg facing root. I'm going to hit that over his head against the spin
Yeah, I
for
think,
100.
I think my family's out there. I'll see if they can catch one. That's how he thinks. That's the brand.
That's the brand.
Yeah.
These guys do not give a fuck. Oh, it's a new ball. Is it? I'm going to run at him. I'm going to fucking lap him over first slip. What is that?
Yeah.
What is it?
They don't play by the rules.
They don't-
and that's what scares.
Yeah.
That's what scares.
They don't play by the laws.
The laws. Well, might
physics.
they change that? Okay. Good. We answered that. Finally, Hamish Johnson.
What does he say?
We got time?
Yeah, we got time.
There's a couple of sentences here. #RHC. Friend, colleagues, grade cricketers. I've been thinking long and hard about the alpha dynamics surrounding hat choice in Test cricket. Of course, we've seen many alphas choose to bat in the cap against the spin bowler. This reeks big dick energy.
Yep.
And I would presume this is why Virat, after a poor series, is still Test captain. Next, we have... I didn't say that. Next, we have the floppy hat, a trademark of Stuart Broad. I don't think I could name a time in recent years where Stuart Broad has worn a cap. Without doubt, alpha energy and certainly a contributing factor of his effectiveness against Davey Warner. I guess my question is, why don't we see the floppy hat come out to the popping crease? I'm not a spinner, but if I was, I'd certainly feel intimidated. So he's asking more floppy hat batting against spinners.
Pete Hanscom was the last Australian I've seen to do that. Maybe Moses did in that series as well, possibly. No, I might have made that up.
Yeah, I feel like Glenn Maxwell might have done it ironically in a T20 or
That's
something
right.
like that.
That's right. That's right. Yeah,
Mark Waugh used to do it.
George Bailey did it. He fielded in it.
Yeah, Mark Waugh batted in a floppy hat against Kenya in the '96 World Cup where he scored 100. It was a really good 100.
People still talk
against
about
the
that.
Ticolo brothers. Oh, there's something lodged in my head that I didn't think was there.
What have you suppressed in your life that to stay in there?
Yeah. Wish I could remember my maths results, my maths answers. Christ.
Well, there's only one dad dick in that team, Pez, and that is Ajinkya Rahane. You took the words right out of my mouth. And he's going to come out in this innings and he's going to bowl off spin in a floppy because he can do what he likes.
That's probably the next iteration of this Indian revolution.
Yeah, not playing by the laws.
Route 100 tomorrow?
No.
It's not happening, eh?
The game could be over tomorrow. It could be. I don't think it might go into early day 4, but I think it's going to be close. Hell of a win by England to come back from here tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, India. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's real.
Well,
it's a real thing.
It's like we called it. They're good. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Please do like and subscribe. Leave it #RCDC in the comments below. We'll see you coats on the internet tomorrow.